Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Welcome back.
For more than a year and a half, Manatee County Sheriff's investigators have been going after a dangerous street gang. They're known as Team No Sleep. Deputies say the gang has been involved in violent street crimes and drug trafficking. So far, they've arrested 16 people, mostly on drug and gun charges. They've also seized 7 firearms, heroin, crack cocaine, marijuana, pills, and $6,000 in cash. Investigators are still trying to track down another man who is wanted for conspiracy to commit murder, Keith Brooks Jr. Anyone with information on Brooks Jr. is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 866-634-TIPS.
State Fire Marshal's office is trying to determine what sparked a fire that damaged a house in Sarasota. That fire broke out around noon on Worcester Road or Worcester Road. Battalion Chief Hoyt Williams says when firefighters arrived, the fire was well involved. A woman was inside the home at the time. She was able to get out safely, and there were also dogs in the backyard, but firefighters were able to get to them and get them away from the fire, return them to their owner. The fire did cause extensive damage to the inside of that home. A public gun range in Nokomis will partially reopen this weekend. The Knights Trail Park facility has been closed all summer so crews can install baffles. Those baffles are thick wooden beams that are meant to reduce the risk of bullets escaping the range, going over the berm. The 100-yard range will open Saturday, and then the remaining areas are scheduled to be complete by early November. They include a new sporting clay course that will allow the facility to host regional and national tournaments.
And now for a check on our weather, let's head over to Bob. We've been hearing the thunder. We've been seeing the rain on Tower Cam, Bob.
That's right. Some showers continuing to move in as a result of a trough of low pressure that's just located to our north right now. Big storms moving in across parts of central Caribbean today, and you can see the system getting better organized from the satellite imagery. It appeared that the mid-level flow was right here, a mid-level circulation, but then the last few frames are showing that it's driving southwest and more deep convection developing over the center of the storm. So that means it is intensifying. This is the forecast or spaghetti model, if you will. You can see Jamaica right here. The bulk of the models start to turn on Sunday. It looks like late Saturday, Sunday. So we'll keep an eye on this. We're hoping for a turn earlier because if it does, it'll miss Jamaica. On top of that, it will stay further off to the east of the United States. If it follows these paths right here, a little closer, stronger winds for us here. And again, this would be Wednesday. It could be either way up here off the Carolina coast and off of New Jersey, and that's the Canadian model. Or this is not a very successful model, put it that way, the L-bar. So don't worry too much about that. But we'll have to watch and see how far it makes its way off toward the west as far as that goes. For us, the rain has been falling. It's moving on shore as a result of a little trough of low pressure, which is kind of hanging up to the north of us now. We'll see periodic showers through the evening. I'll have more on that and the rest of the weekend's forecast coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Another sign of the growth in Northport. Today, ground was broken on the new Suncoast Technical College campus in the city.
The new educational center will offer a variety of programs for students and adults. ABC 7's Christopher Brantley joins us live from Northport with more on what that school will have to offer. Christopher?
Well, Scott and Haley, not long from now, just over here, there will be a brand new school, library, and conference center. It'll be a rare partnership between 4 levels of government.
1, 2, 3.
Work has officially begun on the South Sarasota County campus of the Suncoast Technical College.
Northport is our largest city, but our technical college didn't have a presence there. So it really was an easy argument to make when you just purely looked at geography and demographics.
The new 2-story, 80,000 square foot campus will be smaller than the behemoth at Proctor and Beneva, but it could have as big of an impact, at least for library patrons.
We've needed another library in Northport.
Donna McGinn is most excited about the new public library the school is building with it.
They've already caught me to come and be a volunteer with them for the Friends of the Library, so I probably will.
If libraries aren't your thing, perhaps advancing your education is. STC says you can have a career in a year.
The average age of Northport is 40. This is where our workforce and young families, where they live. And instead of making them drive to get training and drive to places, we need to come here.
The variety of course options range from a culinary arts program, complete with a full restaurant, to a career in automotive tech or carpentry. Dr. Todd Bowden is Suncoast Technical College's executive director.
we'll have our practical nursing program, certified nursing assistant. We'll have a full slate of our business education programs to include administrative assistant, bookkeeping, customer service.
In a time of seemingly endless political gridlock, 4 levels of local government are all contributing.
You have the Sarasota County School Board, Sarasota County Commission, City of Northport, and the state government. All of those governments came together with skin in the game.
And they came with money. The whole project is expected to cost $25 million. Phase 1 of construction is expected to be complete in the fall of next year. Live in Northport, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Christopher, thank you. Suncoast Technical College, just one of a nearly dozen higher education campuses here on the Suncoast. So what's being done to keep those younger residents and students here on the Suncoast once they graduate? Well, data from Sarasota Openly Plans for Excellence, or SCOPE, shows the median age of Sarasota residents has increased from 49 to 53 over the past decade. Planners for the county say the lack of affordable housing is one of the biggest factors keeping these millennials from calling the Suncoast home.
It's one of the larger issues that's really plaguing us in Sarasota County, and I think a lot of things have to play into it. And affordable housing is one of the biggest issues. I mean, if you can't afford to live somewhere, then why are you gonna move there?
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, we'll talk with a group of millennials about the changes they'd like to see, along with what's already being done to retain younger residents.
A South Carolina community is trying to make sense of a fatal shooting at an elementary school. The accused shooter is a 14-year-old boy. He's now in police custody after being accused of shooting 2 students and a teacher, and also killing his father yesterday. The 2 6-year-olds and their teacher are recovering. A volunteer firefighter ended up confronting the suspect and tackling him to the ground. The firefighter is now being considered a hero for his actions.
He's a proud member of the Townville Volunteer Fire Department and did nothing that any of the other volunteer firefighters wouldn't have done.
A motive for the shooting is not yet known. The family of the shooter has released a statement saying they are shocked and saddened by their son's actions.
Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are out of the debate mode and whipping through swing states this week. With less than 40 days to go, the candidates are practically crisscrossing each other in the air. Trump swaps Iowa for New Hampshire today, as Clinton does just the opposite. ABC's Maggie Rulli is in Washington with more.
With less than 2 months to go, both candidates are sprinting through as many must-win states as possible.
We are starting to vote in Iowa today.
Hillary Clinton's in Iowa as the state kicks off early voting.
We have 40 days to win an election that's going to affect the next 40 years of our country. And you, every one of you, can make the difference.
Rallying voters after a big showing of unity from her team yesterday. From First Lady Michelle Obama bashing Trump in Pennsylvania.
The president just can't pop off or lash out irrationally. No, we need an adult in the White House.
To former rival Bernie Sanders, now standing by her side in New Hampshire.
It is imperative that we elect Hillary Clinton as our next president.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump is speaking for himself, bashing Clinton in Wisconsin.
How can Hillary Clinton try to lead this country when she has such a low opinion of its citizens?
Trump's trying to push forward, but he can't quite seem to escape the backlash from this week's debate. On O'Reilly, Trump still claiming victory.
But every single poll that was taken, I won the debate, and some of them by a lot.
But a senior aide inside his own campaign tells ABC News that it's the candidate himself who's to blame for his rocky performance.
That source claims that Trump lost his nerve during the debate and that any failures were due to a lack of execution, not preparation. But goes on to say that the campaign has plenty of time to prepare for the next 2 debates. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Washington.
Thank you, Maggie. Vice President Joe Biden will make a stop on the Suncoast next week. Biden is scheduled to make a stop in Sarasota on Monday, October 3rd, to campaign for Hillary Clinton. The VP is expected to lay out the high stakes of November's election and highlight Clinton's vision for America and her plan for the economy, as well as urge people to vote. The details of Biden's campaign stop in Sarasota have not been released yet.
Governor Rick Scott is asking lawmakers for $85 million so he can lure companies to the Sunshine State. Scott is making the push for business incentives, even though state lawmakers rejected a similar request for $250 million last year. Scott says he's asking for the money as part of his continued push for job creation. Scott will include the request in his budget recommendations to lawmakers. Incoming House Speaker, though, Richard Corcoran, has called business incentives corporate welfare and says he may also propose eliminating Enterprise Florida, the state's economic development agency. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, a possible breakthrough in research of Crohn's disease.
Researchers say a fungus may hold the key to learning how the disease develops. What doctors and patients on the Suncoast have to say about these findings.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Fit for $149 or a new Civic, just $169. And no down payment. It's clearance time now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
An important message for Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you receiving all the benefits available to you? Do you know there is money available to lower your Medicare prescription costs? Now's the time to find the coverage that's right for you at the right price. The way to do that is to explore your options. You can spend hours doing that yourself, or you can call Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you with no cost or obligation. We'll search a variety of plans from nationally recognized companies to find the coverage that's the best fit for you at a price that fits your budget, and we'll do it at no charge to you. Plus, you may be able to save money on prescriptions. We'll tell you if you qualify. Why pay a penny more than you have to for an insurance policy? Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs. Put our free service to work for you at no charge.
Call the number on the screen now to make sure you're getting all the benefits you deserve. Don't wait. Call now.
Get to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today for deals worth celebrating during the Jeep Celebration event. Come shop the area's largest selection of Jeep Wranglers or check out a new Jeep Cherokee priced as low as $19,999. Stop by to see the stylish new Jeep Renegade starting at just $17,699. Or drive away in a new Jeep Patriot for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Accord or CRV for $179 and no down payment. Your choice, just $179. It's clearance time now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis are painful, incurable illnesses that attack the digestive system. ABC 7's Alex Redmond joins us with more on a new study that may offer hope to those who are suffering from this disease. Alex.
Thanks, Haley. We don't know exactly what causes Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. Past research finds certain bacteria may be linked to the disease, but now new research shows that fungi may also play a role. Karen Shirley's son's symptoms began his senior year of college.
Started with cramps, diarrhea, bloody stools. The bloody stools is what made us the most concerned. Took him to the doctor. He was given a colonoscopy, which diagnosed the disease as colitis.
Shirley's son was prescribed maintenance medication.
That lasted him for a couple years until he had a terrible flare-up and ended up in the hospital for a week.
Intravenous biologic medication was administered for 5 hours about every 6 weeks at an infusion center, says Shirley.
And that maintained him and kind of put him in remission, actually did put him in remission for quite a few years.
When that medication failed, surgery was the only option.
And he had to have his colon removed, which has been you know, a blessing for him.
Ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease fall under inflammatory bowel disease. So the way that they present can be similar, but the way that they affect the actual anatomy is a little bit different. Not only can the large intestine be affected, but also the small intestine can be affected.
Gastroenterologist Dr. Brent Murchie says the development of Crohn's disease is multifactorial, and now there are new findings.
This recent study showed that not only bacteria can cause issues with developing Crohn's disease, but also fungus can work in association with the bacteria to create inflammation and further exacerbate the Crohn's disease.
Dr. Murchie says that now this new information about fungus interacting with the bacteria may offer hope for a possible treatment.
We've seen over the past few years that this is not just an autoimmune disease, this is a disruption in the bacteria of the colon and also a disruption in the fungus in the colon. So sometimes patients with Crohn's disease, they seem to have a higher percentage of the bad bacteria and also bad fungus as well.
More studies are needed to find out exactly how the fungus and gut bacteria interact. And Dr. Murchie says smoking adds to your risk of getting inflammatory bowel diseases. And you should also try to avoid certain foods like breads. Back to you, Haley.
Thank you, Alex. Now let's head over to Bob and get a check on our thundery forecast.
Yeah, big storms around right now, Haley. In fact, heavy rainfall and some frequent lightning strikes. This from the Van Wezel webcam showing the Ringling Bridge right there. You can see the clouds darkening up this afternoon and some heavy rain at times and then a little bit of sunshine and then more storms developing. Photos sent in, this one showing a water spout that was spotted just offshore of Venice. There are the jetties right there. Christian Stokes, we talked about this earlier. This is kind of a perfect setup for water spouts as these showers roll on shore. You see a very thin one there. Typically they break up as they make their way on shore. So not a real big concern, but you can see there's some lightning around. That's the most dangerous aspect of the weather right now, is the frequent lightning that is occurring with some of these cells making their way through Lakewood Ranch now, also near Palmasola and Bradenton, and just offshore of Anna Maria Island. There's quite a few lightning strikes, all this pushing to the east. Boy, heavy rainfall now, all setting up across Manatee and Sarasota, at least the north end of Sarasota County. And currently the rain is heavy in downtown Sarasota. The blue indicates the positively charged lightning strikes, which have a lot more amperage to them and can cause lots of fires as well as significant problems as far as volts go, and causing lots of power outages. When you see these big blue bolts, that indicates the stronger lightning strikes. Palmasola getting some heavy rainfall. Also spreading off toward Palmetto and I-75 and State Road 64 near Waterleaf. Some pretty hefty storms there too. So it looks like a little delay in the action across much of Manatee County, but I should say in western portion of Sarasota County. Venice, not too bad right now. Nokoma's looking pretty good. A few showers near Northport, those pushing off to the east. Currently at the airport, storms and 77 degrees. The dew point is at 73, and the humidity way up there. East to northeast wind, that's wind induced as a result of the rainfall that's coming around. The high today was 89, finally below 90, but still above average at 88 degrees, our average high. Low this morning was 75, and 1/100th of an inch of rainfall so far at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport, although that is changing as we speak. 77, it's cooled down at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport now. 86 in Orlando and still 90 in Jacksonville, though. Temperatures pretty much cooler all across the area as a result of the clouds and showers that are moving in. The Gulf of Mexico temperature now at 88 degrees. Well, this line of low pressure, if you will, still kind of hanging on across the region, and a little bit of a weak frontal system will fade away. This front really not doing much in terms of dropping temperatures for us. It will cool things down a little bit over the southeast, but unfortunately not a lot. Well, this is getting better organized, especially on the north and northeast end, and deep thunderstorms developing now right near the center of low pressure. There's the forecast path and track. We're all waiting for this big turn to the north, and it has happened before with storms that have moved through here. Again, Hazel did this, as well as Sandy at points did something similar to this, although it was a little bit further north. Top winds are at 75 miles an hour. It's moving to the west at 17, expected to make a break around the periphery or the western edge of a high-pressure ridge located to the north of it. How big that high is will determine whether it's going to be on this side of the cone or if it's a weaker high pressure on this side of the cone. Again, that depends upon a trough over the Gulf of Mexico, too, so there's a lot of uncertainty as to exactly where this is going to end up on day 4 and 5, and then places after that. there's a lot of uncertainty as far as the forecast, track, and path and models go that continue to take it up off toward the northeast. As far as boaters go, not the best weather because of these storms around through this evening and tomorrow. Scattered storms anticipated on Friday as well, with a west wind at around 5 to 10 knots. So the water temperature now 88 degrees. And as far as tides go upcoming for Sarasota Bay, the next high tide will be at 12:23. Here's the forecast. Tonight, showers and storms. More storms rolling in from the Gulf tomorrow. Rain chance fairly high. And the extended forecast is calling for a good chance for showers and storms running in through Sunday and Monday. And that may be induced a little bit more so as a result of what Matthew is doing. So we'll be paying close attention over the weekend on Matthew, back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. There is an accident in Sarasota at Honore Avenue and Bee Ridge Road, so be careful in that area.
A Texas teenager wins a multi-million-dollar lawsuit from Chipotle after she was sexually assaulted by her manager. The 16-year-old victim started working at a Houston Chipotle back in 2013. Soon after, the 26-year-old assistant manager was regularly touching her inappropriately. It took the jury just 3 hours to award the young woman $7.65 million in damages. Since the company was found liable, Chipotle must now foot the bill. In a statement, Chipotle officials say they care deeply about their employees and offer support for their former employee.
There's a new app for foodies, and it's free. It's called Tender, with an E, not to be confused with Tinder, but it does work very similarly. It allows people to share their recipes and photos with others from all over the world. All you have to do is swipe right to save a recipe or swipe left to skip over it. You can also use the app to reserve or wait on a table, and it's shareable on Facebook, Instagram, and other social media sites. I like this one probably better than the Tinder one because that just kind of, well, I'm married, but you know, if I wasn't, still kind of creeped me out. But the recipes, I don't even cook, but I like to look at them.
Yeah, like to dream about what they would taste like.
And give them to my husband to make because he cooks a lot more than I do.
Entertainment news is next.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better eater.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
Game on, Suncoast. Get scores and highlights from the area's top high school matchups on Football Friday night, just after the news at 11:15. Sponsored by Gulf Coast Honda.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Brad Pitt, a no-show last night for the premiere of his new movie.
The actor was supposed to make his public appearance for the premiere of Voyage of Time, which he narrates. He says he's currently focused on a family situation and didn't want to take any attention away from such an extraordinary film. Last week, Angelina Jolie filed for divorce from Pitt, citing irreconcilable differences. The FBI is currently gathering information about allegations Pitt was involved in a fight aboard a private plane carrying their 6 children.
A reality TV show star will share his message at a church in Bradenton. Dwayne Chapman, who's better known as Dog the Bounty Hunter, and his wife will be guest preachers at the Source Church on October 9th. Dog the Bounty Hunter tracks down criminals in the popular A&E show, and he usually mentors them as well. The non-denominational church often has non-traditional guest speakers. Services are scheduled for 9 and 11 a.m. that day, and the public is invited.
How would you like to have a pizza night with Tom Brady, Matt Damon, and Ben Affleck? Well, that's a no-brainer, right? The 3 celebs are hosting some lucky fans in Boston to support 3 nonprofit organizations: Eastern Congo Initiative, Water.org, and TB12 Foundation. If you make a donation to these groups, you're also entered into a contest where you can win merchandise from Omaze and other prizes, including a chance of having a pizza night with this famous and very good-looking trio. There are 27 days left to enter the contests. Why not?
That'd be
Especially
fun,
if you're going to be in Boston.
Yeah.
Just do it.
We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Whitney Stewart, the current National Boys and Girls Club's Youth of the Year.
And I'm Haley Wilkes, news anchor for ABC7. Please join us for the Women in a Changing World panel discussion. You will hear from a 3-time Olympic gold medalist, senior vice presidents from Disney and Tupperware, a New York Times senior writer, and an Alaskan Native poet.
For more information, please visit womeninaChangingWorld.com.